Energy update real-time from personal experience in Christ consciousness of being in 6D in the human and 8D in spirit. Anastasia from Blue Beyond, Mammoth Gradual, Rebirth, Extreme Exhaustion, Original Separation from Source, the 2nd of February 2017. This information is new and very in-depth and was collected over 3 to 4 days. This was going to originally be shared in parts. However, it has come from Spirit that this needs to be shared all at once, for the energy of the bigger picture needs to be together. Remnants of old past behaviors, doubts, heavy energy, having our energy out, death of the old, breaking through old paradigms, extreme exhaustion, blending the old with the new with a new link, strengthening of our own rebirth womb. Ultimately, the core is our original separation from Source, a recharge of energy. And then, what is going on? Remnants of the old, of past behaviors or addictions, due to shifting into a new space with something we did or how we behaved in the past. We have settled into a new way of doing things now. Remnants of old ways have come up to be healed. Just say one acted or behaved in a certain way and then had a massive shift or altered his behavior. That is a wonderful thing. Yet what is arising with this is, say, guilt or remorse from the past way of the old behavior to be healed and released. As in the old stress one used to have when they were behaving in a previous way is needing to be released, and this takes time. It is a gradual letting go and blending and balancing out the new space one is in now, even though one has or may have shifted and no longer behaves in the old. The remnant of the old are arising to be healed. Lots of bits and pieces, a clean out of the old residue. An example is, if one had an addiction and they shifted out of this, what is coming up is the guilt and remorse of the times one wanted to give up or stop. The frustration and anger and all else that goes with this. The more severe the beating of oneself up over time, the more to be released and healed of the old to do with this. A clean out of the old with the new rebirth coming in, as this is a slow phase rebirth. Very interesting this is to be done this way, as this is so very different to past rebirths, as shared in past Blue Beyond posts. It is very gradual and a blending in or stepping into this, as this is a mammoth rebirth, that we have not seen or felt like this in the past. Doubts. Then come the doubts. The doubts of the new can just arise. This is part of the balancing out the old and the new. If one feels into this, they can release this. And the head can kick in with so many doubts from the past. Notice and recognize this. Then feel into the new you are in and allow this shift into a balance. This is the imbalance before the rebirth. In past times, the rebirth would balance things like this out. This time, we are needing to feel the imbalance beforehand. Heavy energy. There is very heavy energy around, linked to the collective releasing so much, and I get it is linked to Donald Trump and all that he is bringing up and out. That is all I will say here, as I am not going into the political side of things. There is a bigger picture here, with all going on, and what was once covert is now overt, which is having a ripple effect on humanity, of getting to the core of things, which is bringing this up in humanity collectively. Having our energy out and needing to pull this back in over and over. As I found it difficult to switch off from all and pull my energy back in from everything yesterday, this too has been part of this experience, as our soul and spirit energy has been expanded out into the world for this new rebirth, and it has taken a little while of doing the BB wagon wheel more than once to bring this back in. Death of the old. And what has come just now is death of the old. In the past this may have been an easier shift, yet this time there is a gradual letting go of the old that is taking time, just as this rebirth is also gradual. As I have said before, the 2017 energies with our ascension are new and different compared to past years, and only as I am writing this all down in notes and bit by bit is the bigger picture being revealed as to where we are at and going through right now, leading up to our very new rebirth. The long-awaited shift and change so many have waited for so long. Those words that just come direct from Spirit. Breaking through old paradigms. We are breaking through old paradigms, and as we do, there is resistance of the old. As this is what we knew that helped us cope and survive in all we were back then. By this I mean pre-2017. This is going to take a ginormous leap of faith, more than what you have ever known. Letting go of total control. For example, what came up for one soul is avarice, and the grieving that came with this, as this was a part of this person in the past. Yet with the new energies and the massive shift of 2017, this is no longer deep within resonating for who they are. So again, bits of the old coming up. Another person who dealt with depression for most of their lives, and then in the past year or so came in leaps and bounds, and then recently found themselves feeling a massive depression. So for this person, as they have moved into the new energy of 2017, the old of years and years of depression has come up. A layer below a layer from years past is what is occurring. This is so new and different and very interesting to share all of this here. So each area has one shifted into the new, and the old is coming back up, but is no longer here to do so. The energy being released is of the old ways one felt. Extreme exhaustion. Then there is the exhaustion that is beyond as well, on all layers and levels, just utter and complete exhaustion. A beneficial way to deal with this or help oneself is in the morning allow oneself time for the integration of all layers and levels to balance out. One may still feel exhausted, yet then able to continue on within this in all they are needing to do. And it has been extremely exhausting on the spiritual, soul, mental, emotional, and physical levels, as the last place we feel and release is on the physical. This will take as long as it needs to in this extreme exhaustion release, as it depends on what one or how much one has shifted and changed and released of the old in stepping into the new. And in the past we could feel a shift through these layers and levels gradually over time, until the last place we felt a shift came through on the physical. This time, we are going through all the levels in one hit, so to speak. There is so much healing of the old in a very new way as we are grounding in a new way as well. The message has come from Spirit more than once that we have time. Blending the old and the new with a new link. We are blending the old and the new with a new link. Some will get this now and some will get this later, depending on where one is at, all they are needing to experience and go through. And from this has come, we are strengthening our link from spirit to soul, to allow us to be able to retain or be strong enough for the new rebirth. Strengthening our own rebirth womb, like a womb that needs strengthening to hold an embryo in it. From this is a balancing out of the two. Spirit to soul is occurring right now. Ultimately, the core is, we are feeling abandoned by Spirit, as we have felt this before, as this relates to ancient times, and further back to when we left Source. There is the crux to this. There it is. Original separation. Underneath all of this is our original separation from Source, which makes sense if we are going through a very new rebirth. We are needing to get back to the original separation and all that came with this, as there is oh so very much to this, as I have shared in posts on this over the years. Peace lies within in this information and knowledge of the ultimate bigger picture. So there you have it. So much information as it has come in. This was a process working through this as I had assistance from other sources close to me as well, as we are not meant to be a rock alone or an island in the bigger picture. Much healing was done from spirit to soul in our link or tube from the old that was stuck there. During writing all of this, as it happened over a few days, a new recharge of energy. 3 days and nights it has taken to experience and write and work through all of this, and right now, in finalizing this post, has come through a recharge of energy, a new and lighter upgraded energy. What a refreshing and new feeling this is, as energy is now whooshing through spirit to soul, flowing like a fast river through my link or tube, my connection from spirit to soul. It is hard to explain this feeling in words. It is like a battery, and a rechargeable one at that. Receiving its first lot of recharging energy is the best way I can describe this, as I don't really like referring to us as batteries. And then I could have left this post with the ending of this new recharge of energy being felt, yet this would not be the truth and realness, as later on in the day then came another wave of extreme heaviness that needed to be went with as more or some of all of the above continues on. And as it does, it lessens or one learns or realizes the cycle of this rebirth is taking, and one can continue on in all they are needing to within this, as we continue to recharge bit by bit more and more until we each reach our completion of our recharge, which will ultimately result in a very new rebirth in totality of spirit to soul through our mental, emotional, and physical bodies, as the message that came through was, this is the long-awaited shift and change so many have waited for so long. And just like all that comes through, we will wait and see just what this means, as in real time, through our human experience in linking our soul to our spirit, which is very new and is being newly documented as we go. We are the transcribes, the transmuters, way-showers and movers and shakers of our generation and humanity's ascension through realness of personal human experience. We are living and writing our ascension as it happens. We are the way and the light,